Did balding just get cured by UCLA researchers? Alright guys, I've been getting a ton of requests to cover this one from a lot of excited balding guys. So this new treatment is called PP405 and I've made videos on it previously, but to break it down as simply as possible, it's a growth stimulant being created by a new company called Pelage. Now currently the best hair growth stimulant that we've got is minoxidil, which is kind of crazy because minoxidil first started development in the 50s. However, it's still the best one that we've got and it still works really well. PP405 works differently though. It's also a topical treatment, so a liquid that you apply to the scalp. Pelage say that it reactivates stem cells in hair follicles that are stuck in dormant phases. So essentially a follicle that is not actively growing hair. It does this by increasing the activity of an enzyme called LDH. This enzyme basically tells stem cells to wake up, time to start growing hair. To break this down more simply, imagine a runner racing the 800 meters. This used to be my distance when I trained. So the gun goes, first part of the race, the runner is using oxygen as his main fuel. So he's breathing and that's his fuel. And it doesn't hurt much at this point. But as the race goes on, oxygen is no longer enough. So his body has to start producing lactate as fuel. This is like the feeling in the gym when your muscles start to burn from lifting weights. This lactate floods his body and stings like a bitch for the runner, but it helps him finish the race and not just stop dead. Now, PP405 essentially tells the cell, no more oxygen, instead we're producing lactate. Then, the lactate says to the hair follicle, start growing hair again, stop sleeping and being lazy. To be super basic with it. So yeah, this would potentially be really useful for guys who are pretty far gone. You know, guys who haven't caught their hair loss early and they're further down the Norwood scale of balding progression. Perhaps it could reawaken some of these follicles on guys who are pretty bald. Now, it's currently in phase 2 trials, so we probably wouldn't see it on the market for a good few years now anyway, providing it's successful and safe with humans. And I've seen a lot of news articles claiming that it is a cure for baldness. However, as far as I'm aware, you'd still have to use finasteride and dutasteride alongside it to deal with DHT, unless there's something new discovered that hasn't yet been announced. But from the research that I've done, I could maybe imagine that once the dormant hair follicles are reawoken and producing terminal hairs, you know, continuously, you'd maybe then be able to maintain them with finasteride or dutasteride and stop PP405 or maybe cycle it or something like that, but this is just a complete guess, guys, based on biology. But I'm really excited for this treatment, guys, and I hope all goes well and that we have another weapon to add to our hair loss stacks. Follow for more hair loss news.